What's up everyone, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch review for you. So today we are talking about the latest collection from Ice Cream Nails, which is called Holo Supreme. If you haven't heard of Ice Cream Nails before, they are an independent nail polish brand that is based out of Australia but available internationally. They are 10 free, meaning they are free of 10 of the potentially harmful ingredients that are often found in nail polish. They are vegan, meaning they do not use any animal-derived ingredients. They are cruelty-free, meaning they do not test their polishes on animals. They also have a breathable plant-based formula. So a lot of good things about this brand, and they just released a brand new collection of 10 linear holo polishes in a whole bunch of colors. Don't be deterred by the little ice cream shaped bottles. I know it looks like that is the special thing about Ice Cream Nails, but seriously, they have an amazing formula. But I will let the swatches speak for themselves. Well, I'm also going to be talking over the swatches, but let me show them to you. So let's roll the footage. So as with all of my swatch and review videos, I am going to be using base coat underneath all of my swatches just to protect my natural nail and prevent any stains. Today I am using the Cuccio base coat. So we'll start off with our classic silver. This one is called Hallelujah, and as you can see, we've got that really intense silver linear holo. It's got those very strong lines of rainbow running throughout in that very classic silver base. This one ended up giving me full coverage in 2 coats, but I noticed it was a tiny bit sheer on the first coat, so you might need a third if you have longer nails than me. Because I have short nails, I can usually get away with doing less coats, but I thought it looked absolutely perfect in 2 coats. And one thing that I noticed about this polish and the collection in general is that even before the polish dried, it still looked super holographic. A lot of times you want to wait for the polish to dry and put your top coat on and everything before you can truly see the holo, but this one was so rainbowy. Next up we have the shade Holo Be Thy Name, and this one is your classic black linear holo, and this one is actually incredibly opaque. As you can see, I actually ended up getting full coverage in the first coat, and you can also see just how incredibly rainbowy this is. I think this might actually be my most holographic black. A lot of you guys actually asked me for a video comparing my black holos, so stay tuned for that. I'm probably going to do that this month, but this one was definitely incredibly impressive. Again, even before the polish dried, you can see just how sparkly and rainbowy it was, and then once it dried, it was just even more intense and beautiful and just really opaque. I very much appreciated that, so loved this color, loved this formula a lot. Next up we have the shade Next Level, and this one is a really warm toned purple linear holo. So it actually has almost a little bit of like a fuchsia pinky kind of coloring to it. I ended up getting really nice coverage in 2 coats, but it was almost there actually in the first coat. I think it actually looked a little tiny bit pinker in the first coat than it did in the second, and then I was able to get a little bit more of that purpley color. But again, just so holographic. There's so much sparkle in here, and it looks like there's actually, I think this is the case with all of them, but it looks like there's 2 different sizes of holo pigment in here. So we have the really fine pigment to get those lines, and then there's that added extra holographic sparkle, just the way that it kind of catches the light no matter where you're moving your hand around. It looks like there's a little bit extra going on there. So here it is dry. Again, you can just see it's just so holographic. Next up we have the shade Holorama, and this one is actually a neon pink linear holo, and this one, the formula was absolutely crazy. As you can see, it actually gave me full 1 coat coverage. Like I literally could just wear this as a 1 coat manicure, and that was so impressive on its own, especially because neon polishes are sometimes hard to get opaque. But one thing to keep in mind, colors that are this saturated and neon, it's actually really difficult to make them super holographic. I thought that this actually did a pretty good job being holographic once it dried. You don't see as much depth as with the other colors, but I think it's actually a little bit more holographic than it showed on camera. You can definitely see those rainbows in there. Next up we have the shade Holo Attack, and this one is a red linear holo, and this one is again just a really opaque formula. Again, we have full 1 coat coverage, and this is of course on my short nails, but I would absolutely wear this in 1 coat, and I thought it looked so beautiful on. I love the warmth and vibrance of this color. Again, this very vibrant kind of color is going to be a little bit less holographic than some of the deeper, less saturated shades, but I still think they did a really good job with it. I think it ended up being pretty holographic and you get those linear rainbows going through. Again, I don't think my camera picked it up as well as it looks in real life. Next up, we have the shade Burning Hot, and this one actually looks kind of similar in the bottle as it does to the red shade Hollow Attack, but this one is actually an orange. Again, very, very saturated, very opaque. You can see it gave me full coverage in that first coat again, which was just so nice. And I thought this one was actually a really interesting color. It's very saturated, but it also definitely gives me a little bit of a fall vibe. Like, I can see some really cute holographic pumpkins with this one, and I just think it's really pretty. I mean, this is also actually a really good summer color. I mean, who am I kidding? I feel like you could wear holographic polish any time of year. But here it is in 2 coats dried, and you can see, again, we just have that really beautiful rainbow linear hollow. Next up, we have the shade Dripping in Hollow, and I have to say, this one, the bottle does not do this color justice. When I was looking at it, I thought it was like maybe like a brownish green kind of color, but as soon as I started applying it on my nails, I realized it was just a really intense sort of burnt gold hollow, and this one was almost there in the first coat. I did need a second coat to cover up that visible nail line, but again, super holographic, super sparkly. No matter which way I was moving my finger around, it just caught that direct lighting so beautiful. One thing to note, if you don't already know about holographic polishes, is when you are in front of a direct light source, like in the sun or with a lamp or light shining on your hands, you're gonna see that really sparkly rainbow color. When you're in indirect lighting, so if you're in the shade, you're not gonna see as much of that color, but I feel like these ended up still giving me pretty good rainbow in indirect lighting as well. Next up, we have the shade High on Hollow, and this one is a neon lime green linear hollow. I don't think I have ever seen a color like this before, but I'm not surprised that Ice Cream Nails has done it. They're actually one of my absolute top favorite brands for neon creams. They just do a really incredible job with those formulas, so I feel like it doesn't surprise me that they've done a really good job with these neon hollows, which is actually pretty unusual. But yeah, this one gave me full coverage in 2 coats, which in itself is impressive just because it's such a light neon shade, and greens like this really require 3 usually. So that was impressive. And then we do get that beautiful rainbow shine coming through. Again, not as intense as some of the deeper colors, but you can still definitely see that rainbow hollow. Next up, we have the shade Game Changer, and this one is a deep forest green linear hollow that actually almost looks a little bit blackened in the bottle, but on the nails you can definitely see all of that beautiful cool toned green color, and you can see that this one is going to be a super rainbowy color, especially with these dark shades. That rainbow shows up so nicely, and I have to say, I am just so happy that brands are stepping up and finally seeing the beauty of green nail polishes, because we got 2 in this collection, and that is just so much fun. But yeah, this one was another 2-coater. You can see really intense rainbow holographic shimmer in there, and just a beautiful any time of year color, but really perfect for winter in my opinion. And last but definitely not least, we have the shade Cool Deluxe, and this one is a really bright sky blue that has that linear holographic shimmer running throughout. And this one was another one, really amazing formula. I still had a little bit of visible nail line in the first coat, but I managed to cover it up in the second, and then we had that beautiful rainbowy shimmer running throughout. This feels like a perfect summer shade to me. It looks like the summer sky, it looks like a beautiful pool. This actually really does make me want to go lounging in a pool, because that mix of that beautiful blue color with like the rainbow shimmer just kind of looks like the sun hitting the water. I don't know, it's just really pretty. So here are all the shades together, and I have to say, overall, very impressed with this collection. I think we had some shades that were super opaque, we had some shades that were super holographic, and just in general, I was very impressed to see a couple of neons with that hollow finish. That's really not something that I am used to seeing at all, so I thought that was a really cool touch, and I definitely appreciate having the silver and the black in there. I think those are 2 staple hollow colors, so I always love to add more of those to my collection. So those are the polishes, and I have to say, I am so impressed by these. I feel like the formula in general is just such good quality. You really would never expect it from a little ice cream bottle like that, but there's just something about the formula that I absolutely love. They're super self-leveling, they're super creamy, they're not very thick, so you can apply more layers, but they're also super opaque, so you don't have to. I was also really impressed with the holographic shimmer in these. I did try my best to show you guys, but I really think they're actually a little bit more holographic in real life than they looked on camera. And I also just loved the range of colors. I feel like we have so many great colors that work for any time of year. So right now it is winter in the US where I live, but it's summer in Australia, and I feel like this collection has colors that work for both seasons, but just in general, I feel like Holo just works any time of year. So these polishes come in 10 milliliter bottles. They retail for $13.50 USD, but I also have a discount code. You can use the code Kelly20 to get 20% off your order there. So I'm gonna link the collection down in the description. You can check that out if you're interested. But I'm curious to hear from you guys. What do you think of this collection? What do you think of the colors? Which is your favorite? Which is your least favorite? Tell me everything in the comments. We can chat about it. If you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please give this one a thumbs up. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. Huge shout out to my Cosmic Admirals on Patreon, Amanda M, Braxton Scott, and Rocket Man's daughter. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Today's fun fact question comes from Patreon supporter Kristen, and Kristen wants to know, what is your favorite candle scent? I feel like I'm very particular with my candle smells, although I will say I only buy candles that match the decor of my apartment because everything is navy blue, gold, black, gray, white, those kind of colors. So I only buy candles that are those colors. But within those colors, I actually don't love floral scents. I'm not a big floral fan. I mostly like the kind of clean scents. Like I feel like the sea salt, ocean waves, calm, laundry, those kind of scents are the ones that I tend to go towards. There's one in particular that's a sea salt and sage that is my absolute favorite scent. But I feel like in the winter, I actually tend to go for the more baked goods kind of smells. Like right now in our living room, we have a vanilla one and we have a gingerbread one. But yeah, I would say overall, like any time of year, I would say like the kind of ones that are called like sea salt and ocean and fresh laundry and clean cotton, like those kind of smells. I'm also actually not a huge fruit candle scent person. So I'm not a huge floral or a huge fruit person, but if they made a cucumber scented candle, which I feel like they probably do, I would buy that in an instant. I love the smell of cucumbers. But yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!